Say stuff.
Good evening and welcome to Inside the Mental Health. I'm Bob Bienvenue, that's waving to everybody. I'm the host, and I'll introduce our people. All the way to my far right is, and your left is Professor, man of all seasons, man of all trades, a computer whiz, Dr. Richard Phelps. Hi, Richard.
That's an honorary title only.
An honorary title. And right here is a picture of Chef John Panero and Jody Bienvenue from Ann's Table. Hi, Jody. Y'all all say hi to Jody and John. How y'all doing? Look how pretty she is, and good people. Let me go back with my introduction. To Richard's left and my right is the lovely and beautiful Emily Welch. Emily, glad to hear from you.
Thank you.
She is a super smart girl. She is one of the facilitators for the NAMI support group, which I go to, And I went the other day with her at Denver Nobles to New Iberia, and it was a really good success. Emily is, besides being beautiful, she's smart too, which most people with mental conditions are smarter than the average person.
We use more of our brains, so
We use more of our brain.
take that to heart,
Take that to heart. And to my right and to your left is Brandon Duplantis. And Brandon is a nutrition expert, And Brandon is our guest, and we will be talking about nutrition. And then as we go along, to my left, to your left, to my left and your right is Carl Davis. And Carl is a guest, and he's into metaphysics and a man of all seasons and very much knowledge. He's been to Brazil, to around the shamans and the healing people. This guy called John of God, and John has a lot of experience under his belt, and he's on. And also to my far left is, of course, another beautiful girl, and very smart girl, Nellie Harrington, and is our other co-host. So we've introduced everybody, and I would like to say this is Inside into Mental Health, where we talk about the different mental conditions that people have, and some of us have mental conditions, some of us have physical conditions, and some of us don't have any conditions, but we are all highly intelligent people on this show, and we come into your homes to talk about the different mental aspects that people we all have issues that we have to deal with in this world today, and it's pretty tough these days, with the environment and policies and politics and, as it is, and the music that's going on today, and people's values and everything. And also we talk about the human condition that we all have, We all got to do things. We all need shelter. We're all human beings. We all have emotions. We all feel sad. We all feel happy, But, like to talk about when you feel sad and sorrowful, there's always a rainbow after a storm, But you got to have the rain to grow, to deal with the hard parts of life, then the pain to start growing after, So there's a reason for what happens to everybody. Anyway, tonight we're gonna be. First of all, before we start the show, I'd like to ask prayer for my cousin's, my godchild's husband, Kim Bayrord. Kim has cancer, and I know we go out to 500,000 homes, so we ask for healing, ask for prayers for healing for Kim. And I would also like to ask for prayers for my brother Albert Bienvenue. And I'd also like to ask for prayers Toby Bertrand. Toby's a friend of mine. Albert Bienvenu is my brother, Albert. And also for Brandon's mom, Carolyn Duplantis, you know. And we ask for prayers for, and her husband, Brandon's dad, Jerry Duplantis. Great people. And we ask for prayers for those people. And I would like to say hello, Miss Jackie Ballou. Miss Jackie Ballou is my friend. You know, she was the mother of Jamie, who started the show with me, that passed away. You know, I think about him a lot. Miss Jackie's an angel. And also I'd like to say hello to Patsy Bertrand, one of my favorite people, and Liz, and Possum, and some of the people I know. Anyway,
And it's also, don't forget Mr. Dallas. Mr. Dallas called in last week. Mr. Dallas, we've been praying for you all week since you called.
yes, thank you.
If you remember when you were watching last week, Mr. Dallas had called in and asked for prayer for him and also his wife who
Passed away after 60 years of
about
marriage.
a month ago, I think he said, and he was really asking for prayer. So y'all keep them, please, in your prayers. Thank you.
Yes.
There's a veteran up in Arkansas that needs some prayer too, that I've made a connection tonight to hopefully where they can get some services. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now tonight, since we have a nutrition extra, I hear that something ringing. I don't know what that is, Nellie. Do you know?
Oh, that's this phone right here.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We've got line one.
Okay. Let's see. Yes, caller.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I wanted y'all to pray for Dallas Antoine and Velma Antoine.
Yeah, Dallas. That's what we just prayed for. We just lifted y'all up in prayer.
He passed away on the 6th of last month.
Hi,
We had
Mr.
been
Dallas.
together 60 years.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay, so I appreciate it. I like to watch that.
Thank you, Mr. Dallas.
Thank you.
We just lifted y'all up in prayer. We're lifting y'all up in prayer. Dallas,
All right. Now, thank y'all.
okay, thank you, now. And Dallas was married for 60 years. Only lasted 12 years. That's all right. God is good. But anyway, tonight, since we have Brandon on, who's a nutrition expert, we're going to be talking about nutrition and how nutrition can help you mentally, you know. If you're having trouble, there's many aspects you can do to make you feel better. You can get into the spirit realm, which is you can use your higher power or Jesus or whatever, you know. And then there's exercise. Exercise is great, and what we're going to be talking about is nutrition. First of all, I think we're going to show a picture of the NAMI. What is the NAMI walk?
For NAMI, Saturday, October the 4th, registration at 8 and the walk starts at 9. It's at the River Ranch Pavilion. And anybody's welcome to come, even just to come and visit, learn what National Alliance on Mental Illness of Acadiana is.
That's the NAMI walk right there. October 4th, Saturday, October 4th. And will there be food out there?
Yes.
There'll be free
And
food.
entertainment. And I understand some little opportunities to relax yourself, especially if you're one of the walkers.
Yes, I don't know if I'll be one of the walkers, but because I have torn cartilage in my knee. But it doesn't mean we will be there. We will be on
Certainly.
Emily's team.
If you don't want to walk, still come. It's a fantastic time. We'll have an information table out for NAMI. It's a colorful, happy, beautiful time. You'll meet people that are fascinating. You'll just tons of people there, and if you've been to River Ranch, it's a nice place to spend the day.
Oh, it is.
It's
It
a nice
is
place to spend
beautiful.
the
It
day.
is beautiful. I would like to ask Jacob one thing. Do we got the DVD on?
Yeah, you're recording.
Okay, Jacob, would you like to come say hello to everybody? Come say hello. This is Jacob White on
I'm not really dressed for this.
Jacob is a class act guy, got a heart of gold. He's also a genius, and he's a great help to us on this show. I'm talking from the heart.
Bobby Avenue, everyone.
All right.
And he's a great, as well as Ed Fooey, who's a backbone is one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. Anyway, we're gonna have that. I guess we'll have that as a background. But okay. Anyway, we're talking about nutrition, and to start off with nutrition, I would like to brag on myself. Like this morning at 3:00 in the morning, I went to Red Laurel's, and I was gonna try to break my record in the deadlift. My record is 331 pounds, weighing 165. Well, I was 4 pounds overweight. I weighed 169. But and I deadlifted 336 pounds, which I was very, very happy and proud of myself. And one of the reasons for my success is because of the nutrition that I've been into, and with the help of Nellie, who has led me in the right foods, getting off of gluten, especially getting off the Diet Coke that was poisoning my system, diet drinks.
Like I said to Nellie last time we were having a show, is that aspartame numbs your brain. It really does. It just doesn't. It makes you almost feel like it's not working.
What does it do to you? What does it do, Brandon?
What it doesn't do to you is a question. It literally infiltrates your brain, and they found that they cut slices of tumors within the brain and found aspartame in it.
Come on.
I don't know.
It's actually made from genetically modified E. coli feces.
Wow.
Well, that's nice.
Anybody that uses it, if you have a lot of muscle pain, a lot of muscle stiffness, a lot of balling in the muscle and joints, we found that, once we got off of it, that started dissipating and our pain went down. And yeah, it's some pretty heavy poisons.
Yeah.
I hear it causes anxiety.
Yes.
That's the case too.
Migraines, anxiety, irregular heartbeat, actually makes you bloat. When we stayed on it, we were always bloated. It puts your kidneys in overload. It really is not a good thing to help you lose weight. And we never lost weight on it. We just got sick.
Yeah.
Well, it turns into formaldehyde
anyone-
at 98 degrees
That's
Fahrenheit.
correct. That's correct. Does anyone know how to detox from it?
No. Oh, you do?
I do.
Share that, because people want to know.
Yeah, what we did, and what really helps a lot of people, work with people all the time on this, is they come, and one of the greatest things that we found is Chlorofresh with mint. And that's a chlorophyll that comes from the plants, and it's it's like the oxygen to the plant of what oxygen is to humans. And that, we put some drops in some water and we drank that. You can also bathe with it. That's one of the best things that we found. And of course, eating a little bit, a lot of people can't start on raw vegetables, but if you can ingest just a little bit of raw broccoli or barely cooked steamed broccoli, that is a wonderful way to help, clean the blood and get on some really good fiber that helps clean it out of the colon. There are quite a few things that you can do. And when Bob, we saw amazing results with him. In 3 days, he was a totally different person when he got off.
I was a butthead, I think. That's the word I was using. I was very anxious, short on patience, and I guess it was aspartame and all the poisons in the diet drinks that were doing it to me. Now, don't you find I'm different?
Yes. Calmer, happy-go-lucky to the point of, just we can't get over the change. We call him and it's like a whole new Bob.
Well, thank you.
Amazed.
And then I would like to say, getting back to my strength, since I've been off the Diet Coke and also off the gluten, my strength has increased. And what I'm trying to say about deadlifting 336 pounds. 8 years ago, I was 8 years younger, and I weighed 30 pounds more than today, and I was deadlifting 370 pounds. Now 8 years older and 30 pounds less, I'm deadlifting 34 pounds from what I did back then. So that's quite an achievement. Which goes to show you that if you do the right nutrition, and I'm getting stronger, like at 65, when most of the guys my age are going down, 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 I'm still going up, up, up. I don't know when I'm going to stop, but I'm training for the AAU World Powerlifting Championships in Vegas in October, and if I don't hurt myself, I think I can in the 3-lift total, bench press, squat, and deadlift, I can total at least 750 pounds or more, which would be an average of 250 pounds a lift. That wouldn't be bad.
No, probably not.
Not too bad. So I would be proud of that.
I can testify to his strength. He helped take down 100-pound boxes full of books from our attic. I don't know anybody else that could have done it, literally.
Yeah,
The change
you know.
was remarkable, and you gave me some encouragement after my job loss. That has kept me going every day.
Well, that's good, Richard. You've done an incredible job with your disability as a computer whiz, and bar none, everybody says you do a great job, you know, and you could be working on Professor and Reverend Richard Leday's
Looking for something for him. because,
computer.
A lot of people have found out that the old operating system is no longer supported, and it's very dangerous to run a computer with the old Windows XP. And a lot of people are stuck that are disabled, so we're trying to find some solutions for that, because they get very mentally stressed if anything goes wrong. And if you're having mental health issues, if something goes wrong with the computer, it can be
stress you
so
out.
anxiety producing, because you are depending on the email, on social media, and when that whole network drops, what do you do? And there are some solutions in the works that we're looking at, but if you're going through all that anxiety, you can go to the library, use one of their computers, they have classes, so it's not the end of the world if your machine is cut out on you. So there are those resources in the community.
Okay, thank you. And I would also like to say,
Another thing, I just thought I'd throw it out there real quick, just because it's so close to the topic. You can get free Wi-Fi at the library and at Barnes and Nobles and Starbucks. Just thought I'd mention.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Utilize it.
I mean, there's so much information out there in this information age that can aid you in anything you want. There's so much to learn out there. But I'm talking about my strength and what my change in nutrition has done. Now we're gonna let our friend Carl Davis. Carl has been eating Nellie's food for the past few weeks, and we're gonna let Carl talk about what it has done for him, nutrition.
It's been incredible. I weighed myself last Saturday, and I weighed 202 pounds, which is like, I was at 212.
And before that, you were at 220. Huh?
Yeah, I was at 220. I was even higher than that. But
Right when I saw
Okay.
you today, I've only seen you the past couple weeks. I
Yeah.
said you over the
Yeah,
past
and-
couple
and she
weeks.
noticed,
I
that's right, she said
immediately
you
I
lost
noticed you
weight,
dropped
yeah.
weight, and it's
Yeah.
very visible. Very
Wow.
visible.
So would you like to?
Yeah, I've got a thing here. It's like, I will testify that although I have been eating healthy, raw foods for several years, and I've made significant progress with both my weight and my health, that Nellie's nourishment seems to be adding yet another dimension to my health and vitality
Yeah.
through the quality of food and its preparation. And its preparation, very important.
Very important.
I know that it's prepared with love, which returns you to returns to you 1,000-fold and flows completely through everything you do and everything you are. She is living proof that being love is the only thing there is. And when we are able to make that happen in our own lives, we make monumental progress. So kudos.
Kudos to Nellie,
Kudos.
Miss Nellie.
Thank you, Nellie.
Thank you, Nellie.
Thank you for sharing the knowledge about that.
And I would also like to say, you know, since I've been saved, I've been through the mill in my life, and I'm divorced like so many people. And the Lord brought me to Nellie and Richard. First to Richard, then to Nellie, and it has been a boom to my life, you know. Like I said, before I met Nellie, I weighed 200 pounds. I had sores on both sides of my mouth, and I was very angry, uptight, and everything. And with her aid and guidance, I am like I am now, and I'm a lot happier. Thank you, Nellie. Kudos.
Thank you
Nellie.
very much.
Thank you. Appreciate all of that, everybody. It's just a testimony to how it changed my life and what I learned, and by us all sharing our knowledge of wellness. You know, what God has provided for us through great organic food, through the wisdom of plants to nurture us, the herbs and everything, and how they're prepared. And I wanted to speak briefly about that, because how your food is prepared really does make a difference to how your cells are going to take it in. And I'm very, I honor everything. I honor it whenever I'm shopping for it. I honor the people that grew it, the people that planted the seeds, and honoring these things and going in these steps. By the time you eat it and you take in the nourishment, we've really seen that it does make a difference. And when you prepare it without the haste and the, you know, I always make sure that, you know, if I'm upset before I start cooking my food, I will make myself a little spot in the kitchen, and I will say my prayer, and I'll calm myself down before I put my hands on the food. And it really does. We have seen it make a huge difference. And so, you know, that I've learned a lot about that, and I'm so grateful for coming on the show, because, you know, Bob has, you know, shared his space with us, and he reaches so many people, and AOC is such an amazing platform to be able to empower people, to empower the community, and we're so grateful to Ed and everyone here. It's sort of like, you know, a clock that you see us out here, and you see kind of like the face going tick, tick, tick of the clock, but you don't see the inner workings of all these people back here, like Jacob and Ed and Deborah, and all the people that make it work for us to be up here and share this knowledge. And we just want to say thank you to them.
Thank y'all very much indeed. And unfiltered knowledge is important.
Yeah.
I think our media is very filtered nowadays, and I think having an open tour, we can say pretty much what we feel we should to share the knowledge. I think is very important.
Yes.
Yeah. So here we are, and we're sharing our knowledge. We're gonna be asking Brandon some nutritional things. You know, and I did meet a Dr. Richard Duplantis. He's a Duplantis, an MD who knows a lot about nutrition in the brain. I don't know if he's around or left, but we're going to try to get him on the show one day, if he would like to come on. And we will also have Chef John on again, and we will have different other guests on at different times. But getting to nutrition, asking Brandon, what's the best nutrition? You know, like okay, now like since I've gotten into my new nutritional thing, like when I cook, I fry a lot. I fry with only gluten-free flour. I don't use anything else. I shouldn't fry as much, but I love fried food. But and I also started to take, like I ran into a guy at Red's that told me he uses beef stock, you know, to drink, to cook. And so I'm using beef stock and vegetable stock for a guy that has never hardly ate any vegetables.
I do that too, Bob, and I put garlic,
Yes.
garlic and olive oil in it,
Yes.
and chives.
Oh, great idea.
Yeah, and it tastes like a real long cooked chicken broth, like chicken soup. Once you put the garlic and chives in it, it tastes like a homemade soup.
Oh,
And,
that's
and
awesome.
and have you noticed you've lost weight taking it,
Yeah,
or?
no, well, I have the thyroid problem, so not really, but it's something that is definitely filling because you got the protein in it, right? So the protein fills you, and it's
Right.
got a lot of protein. Once you get a bowl of it, it could keep you from being hungry for an hour or two, and it's cheap. You can get a
Yeah.
box of broth, chicken broth, for maybe $3 or $2, $2 to $3.
And it lasts a few
Yeah.
days.
Oh, lasts like maybe 3 days, right? Yeah.
Well, there's
I do
a
that
soup that Nellie makes called Dr. Garrison's soup.
Oh, God.
That is just out of this world. Nellie, you want to expound on that?
Dr. Garrison was a doctor who suffered with really bad migraines. And he tried different treatments to have relief from his migraines. He would be down in bed for 3 or 4 days with the nausea and the inability to be in the light and the pain. And so finally he started experimenting with his diet, and it cured him of his migraines. And then he began working on his daughter who had tuberculosis, and he cured her of the tuberculosis.
Wow.
And through the diet, and he saw how important that the diet is, the micronutrients. And so he began to treat all of his patients with this therapy that he came up with.
Now the therapy was the soup.
The therapy is, he believed, and he proved through all these people getting better, was that one of the main culprits is salt, like table salt, because it's poison to the body. And of course, like we use sea salt, but he believed that salt pulled the nutrients out of the cells. So he created some replacement tinctures and herbs and things like that. So he had specific things that he used, but he created, they did juicing, and so they started working on cancer patients, and so many of the cancer patients actually, were their cancer became better, and many of them, the cancer just disappeared.
Wow.
And the soup actually was made to create a specific chemical reaction and to help aid the liver, because he believed, and we know this is true too through all of our research and what we do, is that targeting the liver and helping the liver clean itself, cleans the blood, and rebalances the balance in the pH in the blood. And the soup is it's amazingly simple. You have to really make sure you get good ingredients for it. Organic potatoes, leeks, and it's tomatoes, celery, and parsley. But if you type into the internet and go to Dr. Garrison's healing soup, it's called Hippocrates soup. Make sure you get an official website, though, if you type that in. If you tune in next week, I don't have the whole ingredients, but if you tune in next week, I promise I will have that available for you. And, excuse me, you basically just keep the peels on, the potatoes and everything, and you cook it very slowly for at least 3 hours, just in water. You don't add anything. And then you eat it, and it was amazing because we can feel it immediately when we're eating it.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this, as a favor. I know you owe me a chocolate cake. A gluten-free chocolate
I
cake.
do.
She owes me that, but let me ask you, would you make some of that soup for me?
Yes.
I want to try it,
I'll tell you the process. I often say this in group. I have said this rather in group. I
got
think you might remember, Bob.
Yes, caller.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Mike, how are you doing?
All right, your number's not on the TV set, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike, I apologize.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for calling, Mike.
All right, just want to let you know.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Okay.
What I was going to say real quick is the process of making soup is I think really the goal, like just in the process of making soup, like the self-care that you do to feed yourself, and it will feed you for a week. So I mean, you're really taking care of yourself if you make yourself a nice batch of soup.
Let me ask you this.
For mental health and physical
Indeed.
health.
Do you think if I eat the soup, I'll get stronger? I want you to make me a gallon of it or whatever.
Come on over, Bob.
I want to get strong. I want to get more healthy.
Definitely, and it's, people, probably would say to themselves, oh, that can't be, because there's no seasoning, there's no salt, that can't be good. But it really, really is delicious. When you taste it, it's amazingly delicious, and you can't really eat that much of it, and you're full, and you just feel nourished, and the circulation, and you think, wow, this is how I'm supposed to feel.
Yeah, and it even tastes healthy. I mean,
It is.
That's the first thing you taste is when you eat the soup. It's like, wow, this tastes healthy.
Yeah, and people have tried, they've called and asked me, Nellie, can I please put something else in it? And I said no, because, you can, and it'll still be great and healthy, but you're not going to get, he created this, for every action and reaction. We all learned this in chemistry, how important chemicals are. And he created it to specifically create a chemical reaction to clean the liver.
Wow.
And that's why you get the rush of the feeling that you do.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Brandon. What do you think? What does salt have? Table salt have in it?
Table salt is normally mined from underground, if I'm correct, and I think I'm just not 100% sure. I just know it's not healthy.
It's
not healthy.
refined, number one. It's not in its pure state, like sea salt is. Like I said, I had high blood pressure so bad, and I could not take any medication for it. Everything I tried from the doctors made me worse, made me sick. I ended up at the hospital because of the medicine. Not saying that everybody should get off. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying personally for myself.
Yeah, of course, if you're taking medicine,
Yeah.
don't get off your medicine,
Yeah.
especially if you're a psych patient. And I know I've been off my medicine, there's stories, but I won't go into it, but
That's
don't
what
get
I'm
off
saying.
your
I'm just
medicine.
saying personally for myself, that high blood pressure medicine, I could never take it. And so I was really in a pickle because my blood pressure, and it runs high in my family. My mom had it, my dad, they both had strokes. And so I was really, really sick with my blood pressure. And I got off of the table salt, which I learned that most of the table salt, it's refined and the sodium is not pure, and your body, it really does poison it. But also the other factor is that most of the table salt has aluminum in it, and the reason they put aluminum in it is to help it flow in that cake. And of course, aluminum in overload, causes a lot of problems in the body and the mind. I know my mother died of Alzheimer's, and so we replaced it with sea salt, and we use it, wisely. And I started doing much better. My blood pressure, and what I did was I started adding in some natural alternatives that I found are really great. And one of those is the very best one that is an old remedy is hibiscus. The hibiscus flower, you can buy it in the tea flower, the whole flower, or you can get the hibiscus tea in the bags. And we watched in 15 minutes, a lot of us did it, and our blood pressure was very high, and in 15 minutes, our blood pressure had gone down to normal in 15 minutes.
Yep.
And then the other one is hawthorn. And what I do is I use the hawthorn if it's not that high, and then if it's really, really high, I'll take the hawthorn and then I'll add the hibiscus, and that really works.
What do you think about that?
With the broth, you want to go, especially if you do it out of the box, you want to go with the low sodium or no sodium, and then definitely like with the garlic or garlic powder, that's going to lower your blood pressure
That's right.
a great deal. It's almost it can pack a punch of a cure. Garlic to your heart rate, immediately.
And it's also
So
antibacterial too.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Come
Okay.
on.
What?
Oh,
Garlic
that's
is
right.
in it?
Fresh
right.
garlic is antibacterial, and
And with
it
your onions.
helps circulation. So it probably opens up the blood vessels. That's
What
probably-
about adding a little ginger to it?
Oh yeah.
Ginger is a beautiful thing.
For arthritis,
What does ginger do?
Ginger is actually warming to the body, so whenever you're cold, make a ginger tea. It helps digestion.
Yes.
Amazing as far as for digestion, stomach problems of any kind. Babies with colic, take some fresh ginger and dilute it and rub it on their stomach.
Come on.
And it's amazing. They'll
Joint pain.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, okay, now, since I got off the diet sodas, I drink tea. And I was drinking the black tea, but I kept on gaining weight. And now they told me to get off the black tea that might have been holding some water in me and drink the green tea. Will green tea take weight off of me?
Oh, there's no doubt.
It will?
Not only that, I think the black tea was causing it was a diaphoretic. It was making you pee, which may hold, but it was also had a lot of caffeine in it.
Oh.
Black tea is a great
Yeah.
alternative to coffee, but green tea is the best alternative, of course.
Now, is it any green tea or special green?
Preferably organic. If you can find
Organic green tea. Like Gamaderma.
Right, and you see, you try to look for, these little things add up. You know, when you are ingesting all of these toxins into your body, then your body cannot attend to what it normally does, and that is regenerate every day and detox every day. And it has its own cycle and its own cadence. And you want to follow that as close as you possibly can so that your body can do what it does, and that is rebuild cells, rebuild tissue, work in the brain. Your body is constantly on this, like its own physician going, you know, I got to do this and I got to do that, I got to detox and I got to digest and I got to do all these things. So anything you can do to keep from ingesting these toxins to slow all those processes down, you see, and your body can go, oh, now I can do what I
That's
was
right.
meant to do.
And I'm a perfect example. 65 years old, squatting with 200, weighing 165 pounds, 65 years old, squatting with 270 pounds, deadlifting 336 pounds, and then bench pressing 205 pounds. It is, you know, when you go into the right nutrition, you know, the sky's the limit.
We have a
you
new
know?
Bob. I mean, we virtually have.
I don't know 165 though, 170.
169. That's Jacob.
But you have been back and forth between that, you know, because he has to weigh a certain amount for his competition.
Oh yeah. I'm working on that to try to lose. I want to win the 165 pound class when I compete in Vegas, you know, and I'm working on that. But you know, I'm just trying to say, if somebody my age can do that and do pretty good strength feats like that by taking care of himself, eating the right foods, thanks to Nellie's guidance, you live a lot longer. And like I said, I used to have sores on both sides of my mouth. Y'all, if y'all watch the show, y'all have seen before and after pictures. And like they all say, you are what you eat.
Bob, with the sore at the mouth, I just discovered, all right, okay, so I already came out with one thing about my health problems, so I'll come out with another that's embarrassing, but I'm not embarrassed about my mental health problems, but this is a little bit on the embarrassing side. I just realized, me and Brandon were just talking about how I had a vitamin C deficiency, and it could be known as scurvy.
Yeah.
And my gums were bleeding because I wasn't taking good hygiene care of my teeth because I wanted to smoke cigarettes. And another thing is cigarettes deplete vitamin C from you. So I was totally depleted of vitamin C. So vitamins, and vitamins are not a replacement. I know some people like to say vitamins can be a replacement for mental health, psychiatric drugs. That is not the case, but they will help you. Your physical health and your mental health are symbolic, and if you can do the right things for your body, you can
You
have
can
better
do
mental
the
health.
right. If you do the right things for your body, it'll do the right things for your mind.
It was-
There's these
Yeah.
psychological conditions called somatophysical and psychosomatic.
Yeah.
One is when your body is aching, your mind is aching, and the other one when your mind is aching, your body is aching. You know. So if your body is healed, is in good shape, your mind will usually be in good shape. You know. And like I feel like I have the body of a 35-year-old man, and I'm in a good place in my mind, you know, most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time.
You do a lot more than some people I know that are way younger than 35, so.
And I want to elaborate on Nellie's comment earlier, and she's exactly right. Our bodies are very much designed to heal itself. If we give it the right tools. Now, if we keep on feeding it or doing things to it that's harmful to it, it's not going to heal itself correctly, and you will get ill. And that goes for almost any condition, you know, known to man. And all we simply must do was and make some simple modifications to your diet or lifestyle. Very simple changes, and it takes a week for you to change your thinking.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a week to make a habit. It takes a month to change it. Well, make little modifications like that, and you'll see a big difference.
Like, can you name some of the modifications we covered? So.
Well, okay, I got a great one. This is wonderful, and I've told this to so many people. A lot of people crave the carbon dioxide in sodas. A lot of people love maybe not even the sugar. It feels so good on my tongue.
Yeah.
Well, let's consider carbonated water, which I drink it all the time. I love it. And actually, it eases the craving for the sodas.
Oh, carbonated water? I didn't know that.
That's great.
And it doesn't affect you in any adverse way?
Unless you have colon troubles or colitis, other than that, it really doesn't bother you.
Wow.
Now, what about oxygenated water? That I've heard
That's
about?
amazing. If you can find it, it's very hard to find.
Yeah.
Probably Whole Foods, which I'm so happy for, is going to be in Lafayette. Anyway, that's a great place to find it. You can oxygenate water yourself. Or carbonate water yourself, actually. They have some home devices, but
Electrolysis, yeah, you can just do it with I use a quart jar with a little anode inside of it, and I oxygenate
Come
water
on.
like that.
really, share that knowledge with me. How did you make it?
It started out from a water fuel thing. I was interested in using water as fuel for an automobile, and this was a halfway method that you could. And what it did is oxygenated the water, and it was like really tasted wonderful.
Oh,
And I drink it a lot now.
Oh.
And except that I went to solar water now, so I'm using just exclusively solar water. You take a blue bottle.
I'm very interested.
Cobalt blue bottle.
Cobalt blue bottle.
Cobalt blue bottle, and fill it with filtered water, and put it out in the sun for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that.
That is so good.
And-
You know, they have if you go in the stores, they have the water bottles in the blue cobalt bottles.
Yeah.
And it's very inexpensive. You can buy that
And
water.
it's gotta be that color, it's gotta be that
blue
cobalt.
cobalt.
Why does it have to be that color?
It's something about the way it filters the light.
Wait,
from
so
the
wait,
sun.
hold on.
Okay,
Put it in the
okay,
sun.
okay.
Put it out in
Put
the
it out in the
outside.
sun, in the bright sun, for at least an hour. I can leave it there all day long. I mean, mostly. You don't wanna leave it for longer than a day. You
It's
want-
going to get air bubbles. Somehow it gets air bubbles. Is
Well,
that
no,
what you're saying?
it's the
H2S molecule.
UV rays.
You-
Okay.
Ultraviolet, yeah.
Just
Okay.
bombards through it, and it kills all the poisons. Kills all the
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Oh, okay, that's what.
When the
Okay,
sun
I
has
get it.
healing
I
properties,
get
no
it.
dispute
Okay.
that.
Yes.
And the vitamin D that you get from the
Yes.
sun.
Of course.
It soaks up the vitamin D and it purifies the water and it's just delicious.
And
I can't get enough of it. I realized how thirsty I was before I started drinking the soda
Yes.
water. Now,
Oh, once you get drinking
Yeah.
water, you realize how thirsty
Yes,
you are.
that is true.
You can't drink anything but water. It's good
and
for
that's
you.
it. That's all I want to drink now
Yeah.
is water.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't even do the oxygenated water. I do the solar water from now on exclusively.
Well, I'm gonna start drinking the carbonated water. That's it's like Archimedes said when he discovered gold or made gold. Eureka! I found it. I've learned. I'm gonna start drinking
I want to try to do things as natural as they come.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that the carbonated water thing would sort of be like you would want to drink every time you drink water.
No.
But let's say if you crave a pop or something like
Yeah,
that, and
it's
you
a
can
refreshing
have,
thing.
yeah, every once in a while, because, you know, the thing is, stay as close as you can to how God made it, and that is what will keep you in homeostasis. And homeostasis is your body is able to support itself. You know, I learned so much because I learned about how important it is to keep your body nourished, and your skin and your scalp and all these things. And once I started using natural soaps and got off of the
The chemicals.
antibacterial soap really basically strips all of the layers of the skin mantle. Your skin has what's called a mantle on top of it, and it has a little acidic, believe it or not. And it's your first defense, it's your first barrier against the environment. And if bacteria drops on your skin, you know that acid mantle, if it's in a good way, you have three layers of the derma, and if it's in a great way and healthy, and the pores are open and can breathe, that your skin literally just eats away that bacteria before it can get into your body, into your blood, and your scalp too. So using a lot of chemicals, shampoos, and if you look on some of the ingredients and some of that stuff, those 99-cent bottles of shampoo and conditioner, and when you look it up, some of those things are the same things as antifreeze. I mean, it's pretty scary. And when I learned, those of you who were just tuning in probably may not know this, but I had contracted a terminal skin disorder, and I didn't have long to live. And this is what I had done. I colored my hair for years and used the harsh hair color and the nail polish and all of the, chemical soaps and shampoos and all that. And they smell great, but the only reason they smell really good is because they actually put another chemical in there to numb your sense of smell so that you can't smell all those chemicals.
That's right. That's correct.
Wow.
That is
Yeah.
exactly right.
That's crazy.
And,
You don't realize when your smell kicks in sometimes and you really start smelling things.
You know
That's
that,
true.
once you get on the natural stuff and you smell these things, that you can actually smell the chemicals in there.
Mm-hmm.
And like air freshener, the air freshener
Ooh, I
that
hate
you
that
spray in your house is so bad.
It's not destroying the smell, it's messing up your...
Well, they actually put
your
chemicals
nose.
in there
That's right.
learn to numb your sense of smell so that you can't smell those chemicals that are in there.
Nelly, you want to show a little bit of the range stick, or you?
Oh, if you want me to, I can.
Show this
I
is a little extra. I give you 3 minutes to show the range stick. This is the range stick for exercise. This is it was made by Pim. I don't know his last name.
Broussard.
You direct me.
Pam
Okay.
Alvin Broussard.
This one,
This one.
right about there.
This is an exercise
You know, we
stick.
turn this, you got light.
It has special pebbles that the Native Americans put in. I guess you could say like holy pebbles. And the bamboo stick is completely hollowed out with the pebbles. And when you turn it different ways, it has the sound of rain. So it's called range stick, and it's really good for exercise.
Yeah, my friend Pam makes these, and I was really having a lot of trouble with my flexibility and staying. We know how
Exactly.
important flexibility is as you go through life. And I was having a lot of pain, moving and everything. And so I just said a simple prayer, and I asked God to send me something, and I came across the rain stick. And back, the Indians would use the rain stick. They would pray. They would go to what they called the rain tree, and if there was not enough rain, they would use the sticks, and they would pray with them. And if there was too much rain, they would pray with them too. And so it always worked. And when I got my sticks, I just started playing with it, and then all of a sudden I was sort of doing a little dance, and people like it, and they say, you know what, I feel different when, you work the stick. And then we started working it, and we found that just a little bit of work with the stick, we were so sore the next day, and it's not like we were even really working out. But what I do is I just take the stick like this, and I just sort of round myself. And then sometimes I'll think of something like a stream, or I might think of beauty. And what I did was I took an old picture of myself when I was younger, because I had gained quite a bit of weight and was really getting out of shape, and like I said, having trouble basically walking. And I just made the statement to the universe, and I said, I'm never going to be one of those people that get really old and fall and break my hip and have to be in a wheelchair. I just said it, and then I started using my stick. And so I might get up so you just basically sort of just move like this, and then balance with it, and like this. And we've had a lot of amazing healing that came through these.
Okay, thank you, Nellie. Now she's gonna sing a song to end the show. Yes, time already. Go ahead, time goes
That's so
by.
fast.
That's cool. Thank you, Nellie. That was great.
Thank you, Nellie. So anyway, the rain stick is a good exercise, overall exercise, and I used to have some. Maybe Carl might be making them, and maybe I'll get another one to exercise. So Ray, Nellie's gonna sing a song. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
You have your mic, you wanna just talk into it real quick, make sure I can hear you?
Checking this
I
microphone.
think you need to turn it on. Is there an on switch?
Yeah, it's on. Testing 1, 2. Okay. Is that it?
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll just use this microphone and hope it comes across.
There it is, now it's working. You should-
Okay, sing your song, Nellie. This is
Are you
Nellie
gonna
Allen.
put it on?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned next week. Thank you, Nellie. God bless y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. It's great being young and alive, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.